Hello. So I'm doing some yoga here, and I'm really in tune to like I have like some spirit animals that I work with. Like I don't have lots of friends around here now, so I like to hang out with my spirit guides and my spirit animals, and that sounds really weird, but it's honestly what I do, and it keeps me company. So I'm doing yoga and I'm doing some stretching, and um, I just had this really funny thought. So there's two parts of me. This might have to do with me being a Gemini too, but I feel like this is for everyone. We all have light and dark aspects. We have like these shadow aspects and like so anyway, I see these representations. I have these two cats. I have a lion and he's like very courageous and like compassionate and loving and like sunshiny. And I feel him with me and I'm like super like playful. But then there's this other part of me, and this is a black panther, and I've seen her with me for like I don't know, a few months, like probably since October, maybe November. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. But her energy cracks me up because there's this part of me that like sometimes I want to kill people. Literally, there's just that part of me, and I feel like that's part of every human, like that we're capable of murder, that we're capable of really terrible things. But anyway, so when I'm feeling very like a lot of like anger, she shows up, and I sometimes just see her like with her hand, like her little paw. Okay, it's not little at all, but just like cutting this throat. Like, have you ever like wanted to like just rip somebody's throat apart? Like, anyway, these are just some random things that come up for me. So there's part of me that sees this cat like ripping this person's head off, and I can be that person. I can be that cat. That's why there's two parts of me. And there's also the other one that's like very loving and kind, but also the Black Panther shows up when I'm feeling very like sexual. I'm very like horny and turned on. It's just like I feel like I have like teeth. Sometimes it honestly feels like I have cat teeth. Which is also really funny because I've also had this really irrational fear for my whole life about black cats. I remember one time me and my aunt, but she's like my sister. We're like the same age basically, and we were walking from her house one time, and I remember this black cat like crossed our path, and I remember being like traumatized by that event. I don't know why, but like now it makes sense though because I've always had this black cat with me, and like it like represents like our sexuality and our passion, and like a lot of women fear that aspect of themselves, that their sexual nature, and it's a little intimidating because we like our sexual energy is very powerful. It's what makes us like great manifestors and creators. And so anyway, when I have these cats with me, I just sometimes like people probably don't really, I don't know how many people know about spirit animals. I didn't even know that was a thing. I mean, I know I heard of that and I thought it was just like some spiritual woohoo, but now that I've experienced it, it's like, yeah, this is legit. Like I totally I feel different animals with me when I need them the most. So like anyway, the lions have been with me, but that makes sense because I really feel the solar plexus chakra too. Like my solar plexus chakra is healing, and my sacral chakra, which I feel like the lion represents, which would be more like the heart chakra, but I don't know. I see it as the solar plexus chakra for some reason. Like I see its big yellow face and it's reminding me of the solar plexus chakra. And then like the sacral chakra kind of just reminds me of like I don't know, there's a lot of like depth, and there's a lot of like it's reminding me of like the Scorpio season, like very like underworld. And yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of and like intimacy and sensuality and like the distortion of our sexual energy. And so it's very interesting to see them like so and you can like receive signs from other like from the physical world that like these animals are the ones that are with you. Like you might see a lion repeatedly, and that's like a sign saying like there's a lion with you, and then you can like look up what the meaning of like the lion is, and generally it means like courage and strength and compassion. So anyway, I just feel like spirit animals, like eagles, I see eagles a lot. That's another spirit animal for me. And they're like about strength and equality and like perspective. They see from a very high perspective. So anyway, and like they fly above. So anyway, I just wanted to make a little video about spirit animals and like the spirit animals that I see with me. I just think awesome that we have like animals, and even like your pets can be like your spirit animals, but like in a pet body. Like they're just guides, but they came as your pets. Like you have soul contracts with them, which is pretty freaking awesome. And also, like, I'm able to communicate with animals and my own pets, so I'm able to telepathically communicate with animals and like read their energy. So that's why animals are so significant to me. And maybe if you've always been very attracted to animals, or like you're you feel like an animal activist, or like, you know, like you love animals and they really mean a lot to you, like it's probably because you're just deeply connected to them and it's part of your purpose, probably. And yeah, I love animals, and we just kind of treat them like shit. I mean, we don't treat them equal, honestly. And they were like here before we were, so let's like take care of this place for them. Sometimes it just pisses me off. That's when my Black Panther wants to come out. She wants to come out and she wants to start ripping people's necks apart, like destroying them, like. So that's when she comes out. And but then there's like the part of me, the other lion, and he's like, well, we gotta love everybody, and we have to forgive, and we have to know that this is just where we are, and we have to accept it, and you know, we have to be loving, because anger only fuels the flame. So you can't fight fire with fire, you gotta fight fire with love. So anyway, I hope you have a lovely day, and if you see any animals, like, there are definitely signs, so look into it more. They have great messages, and they can be very helpful to like the situations that you're in. So have a lovely day.